This video is proudly sponsored by Newtype. Tools, accessories, model kits, these guys have it. Hop over to newtypeshq.com and use promo code Otaku for 10% off on your next purchase. Hey, what's going on, my dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to another exciting episode from the good folks from Bandai, Japan. So why don't we get started with the 1/100 scale Master Grade Gundam Kyrios. And without further ado, let's get to it. Hello and welcome back, my dudes and dudettes, to another unique build from the good folks from Bandai. Now, I am no stranger when it comes to 00 Gundam. In fact, late last year, I built the Master Grade 00 Gundam Dynamis, and that model kit was absolutely phenomenal. But one thing got me a little concerned. Can Bandai really up the ante of making another unique Master Grade from this series? And look, behold, we got the Master Grade Gundam Kyrios, and this kit is absolutely beautiful. But probably by far my favorite part about this box art is a small glimpse of what next year's Master Grade is going to be. And right there, my dudes and dudettes, is 00 Gundam Virtue. I don't know whether or not it's going to include the transforming gimmick. Either way, I'm super stoked for next year's Master Grade. So what can you expect for the first side of the box art? On the first side of the box art, we're going to get a front and back side of the mobile suit, followed by the flight mode, which I absolutely love. And then in the very end of this box art, you're going to get a great introduction on what you can really do for dynamic poses. And if there's anything I learned from 00 Gundam Dynamis, these particular kits have fantastic articulation to pull off really cool dynamic poses. As for the other side, you get a good glimpse of what the interframe looks like for this mobile suit, followed by more dynamic poses, more transforming gimmicks of the shield, a small assortment of weapon accessories, 2 figurines, and probably by far the biggest gimmick for this model kit is the GN Drive LEDs. Now, this might sound weird, but I have to give credit where credit's due. At least Bandai is finally informing their fans, if you want to pull off this effect, you gotta purchase the LED lights separately, so good on you, Bandai, for taking that next step. So, what could we expect inside? Right off the bat, oops, that's not supposed to be in there, let me take that out. Right off the bat, you are happily greeted with the instruction manual, which I absolutely love, followed by a very in-depth color chart. So, the one thing I love about this kit, it gives you this very well thought out color chart to do some custom painting. I think half of it's really there for the little figurine, but for those who want to take that custom level to the next step, it at least gives you a broad layout on what you can do for custom painting for 00 Gundam Kyrios. Absolutely love that. That is phenomenal. As what would you expect on the first page, you get a nice illustration of Gundam Kyrios himself, followed by a brief story on how this guy was constructed, and a glimpse of the actual pilot, which is Hallelujah Halftism, followed by page 2 giving you a broad understanding of what tools you need to apply the sticker decals, and on page 3 gives you a huge layout on what runners you're going to need to construct this mobile suit, because half of these runners are from Gundam Dynamis, followed by page 4 giving you a brief introduction of the GN Drive if you buy the LED lights, which are sold separately, and on the second to last page gives you a brief hint of the transforming gimmick, which is the flight mode. Now, to make this flight mode look really cool, you're going to need to actually purchase an action base separately, because it's just going to look really awkward when it's on its belly without an action base. More glimpse of the dynamic poses you can pull in, more glimpse of weapon accessories that you can truly do, and at the same time, to wrap things up in a nice little bow, a nice, well in-depth explanation of how the transforming Kyrios into its flight mode, which I absolutely love. And on the second to last page gives you a complete layout of how to apply the sticker decals. Now, these sticker decals are great. I'm not knocking anything down of it, but I like to work with water slide decals. So if you want to make these things look nice and flush and well thought out and well clean, purchase yourself some nice water slide decals from another third-party seller. First, runners up, you're going to get a small assortment of sticker decals, followed by these beautiful sculpted emerald green pieces, which are going to be focused on the GN Drive, cockpit area, forearms, and the head. Next up, you're going to get the yellow-orange pieces, followed by 2 beam sabers, and a small assortment of clear pieces to make the green emerald pieces pop out and look really dynamic. And on the back side of the sticker decals, you're going to get a very small category of red pieces for the mouth guard and the skirt. Next up, you're going to get these nice holographic pieces for the main thighs and parts of the head, followed by some sticker decals for those who don't want to do any kind of custom painting, which is fine, and 2 holographic pieces for the head that make those clear pieces really pop out. And a small assortment of white pieces on one end, more interframe pieces for the hips and the pre-posable hands, followed by more white pieces, followed by a small assortment of gray pieces, more gray pieces, which is going to be for the interframe, more even darker gray pieces for the flight mode, and last and finally are probably by far the most dynamic and probably my favorite part of this mobile suit, and these are these bright neon orange pieces, and they look absolutely stellar once this kit's going to be fully assembled. Now, for people who are going to do custom painting, that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I'm looking forward to taking that challenge to the next step. Now, normally when I do these custom builds, I usually tackle the head, but I figured that the one area that's going to require less customization for LED lighting is going to be the thigh area. So I'm going to tackle those first, and then tackle the main body last towards the end of this build.
Club will go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music, energies like this was meant to be. Take my hand, I feel my heart beat, and I don't want this moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Touching me around my neck, got chills down my back. You do it right, the way you're holding me. No, I don't want this moment to stop. No need to fight it, I cannot hide it. We won't regret it, so come with me. Maybe we're meant to be a perfect melody, and I don't want this moment to stop. To go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. I can't get enough. Oh, it's all about us. Tell me what did you
Alright, my dudes and dudettes, as this video is wrapping up, I want to share with you guys my thoughts and impressions about this model kit. So, there's nothing really negative about this model kit. There's only like maybe 2 areas that I really need to really gripe about, and that is the peg system that connects to the cockpit area. What I mean by that is, on the shoulders, there are these 2 plastic pieces that are supposed to stick out in order for them to interconnect to the cockpit area, right? The instruction manual does not really give you a clear explanation how to make those areas pop out. You either need like a micro Phillips head screwdriver, a very not so sharp X-Acto knife, or a run-of-the-mill toothpick to expose those areas. So when you do that, take your time to make those areas pop out when you turn into the flight mode, and you should be gold. Now, the area that is definitely bugging me the most is Bandai is always pushing the LED light gimmick. I think we're at the point where they just need to include it in every single model kit that is trying to showcase that gimmick. Just put it with the kit. It's already hard enough to try to buy the right kind of batteries for these little LED lights. Just include it into the kits and everyone will be happy. Now, when it comes to weapon accessories, this kit definitely has a great assortment of weapon accessories. They work, they look really good, they're clean, they have like a nice modern 90s, 80s kind of feel to it, so I absolutely dig it and they look cool. But probably by far the weak point is the sticker decals. I always say this a lot, but it's true. They work, but if you really want to invest some extra money, just put the extra money away and just buy some really good authentic water slide decals. These particular ones I got are incredible. Probably the best I've used for water slide decals. I would say slightly better than Bandai's water slide decals. So if you're just going to invest the extra money, just go ahead and do it. It's definitely worth the money. So the biggest question I know you guys are asking yourself, is this kit worth the purchase? And from my personal experience, it was a lot of fun. The things I learned from Gundam Dynamis, I implemented it onto this mobile suit, like how I was going to put in the LED lights in the cabs, what is the proper LED lights I need to put in the forearm and the eyes. Like the biggest issue I had was the head. I was trying to opt to put in 2 LED lights for the eyes and that didn't work. So what I ended up doing was actually hollow out that area and putting 1 chip LED light to make things really work, and it worked beautifully. So there's a lot of trials and errors that went into constructing this mobile suit, whether it was different kinds of paints, what kind of paints works for oranges, what paints work for the inner frame, you know, do water slide decals make a big impact compared to sticker decals? And at the very end of the day, I just had so much fun. This kit is definitely worth the purchase if you guys want to try a new master grade. And like that, my dudes and dudettes, we have reached the end of this video, and I want to take the time to say thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. It truly helps the channel grow so much to the point that we have finally reached a new stretch goal of 30,000 subscribers, and I look forward to hitting 50K before the year is over. But the one true team that definitely deserves a lot of love and credit is my new Patreons. You dudes and dudettes made this kit a reality. It was already harder to find authentic water slide decals, yet alone trying to find this kit. You dudes and dudettes made this a reality, and I am ever so grateful for your guys' continuing support. So if you guys want to become a patron, please become a Patreon. It'll help the channel grow, and I'll be able to purchase more unique and extravagant model kits. But like that, my dudes and dudettes, I will see you dudes and dudettes on the next video. Later.